Welcome back to Invasion Machine, guys. This game is essentially made to simulate, as best as a game can, a real-life invasion, as per the name. Now, before we actually got right into the swing of things, we got, right into combat. But what I'm actually going to do over here, initially at least, is I'm going to set up a roadblock here. The invasion has just started, so I want to start checking vehicles, make sure that there's nothing untoward. I'm also going to bring an interpreter so that the interpreter can pretty much, ask questions that our regular soldiers can't. In the meantime, I will start setting up some roadblocks, things like that, further ahead, but I want to do everything very, very carefully. So let's enter this car with these two guys. We've also got a combat controller. He could potentially actually call in airstrikes, things like that. So he's going to be very important here. I'm going to start doing traffic control. Oh. Alright, so we're just going to inspect passing vehicles. And this guy will just stop incoming traffic. Welcome to Takistan, guys. That's what we're calling this from now on. It's the invasion of Takistan, and we're just one group of, well, we could be Marines. I think we are probably just standard army, but let's say we're Marines. Trying to make it through here. So let's flag them for inspection. He was not very cooperative. That's okay. He's going to continue. We'll sort of ignore that for now. And I'm going to start moving forward with our vehicle here. Let's also get two of our units into this car and start moving out here as well. The problem is that being out here in Takistan stresses people out, and eventually we're going to have to get them back to the main base. And I'd like to, hopefully take out some enemies before we do that and not have any casualties at all. And there we go. Sure enough, we're already being fired upon. We're going to drive over here. I'm not getting out of the vehicle for now because we've got a pretty nice heavy machine gun working with us. But I will dispatch some units to the AO using a cargo truck. You got to do what you got to do at this point. And I'm going to try to get 7 units. But unfortunately, I think we only have 4. That's going to be okay for now. I'm just fine with that. Come on now. Flag the car for inspection. Stop, sir. We've got a wounded guy in our vehicle. Let's go ahead and inspect this vehicle. I'm going to dismount the passengers from this vehicle and try and engage that guy on top of the hill. So this is definitely going to have to be an area that we hold down. We've got a wounded man inside. We'll have to get him back to base. And we might even want to just go ahead and dismount all these passengers. We've got quite a few. And you know what? Maybe we don't have anyone wounded here. I want to get at least one person inside to return fire. Though I would prefer that it's not our medic, but if that's how it has to be, then fine. Alright, there we go. Whoa. Looks like a civilian is fleeing. Alright, so they actually want us to talk to locals in the village. The problem is, this village is so far away, guys, and we have just begun our invasion. I don't think we're going to be getting there right now. I think it's going to take quite a while. And first, we need to win this gunfight. Looks like there are still terrorists on top there, and quite a few terrorists over here. Let's see if we have that combat controller. We're not in a position to look for IEDs right now, but I really want to see the combat controller to call in potential bombs. For now, we're getting pretty good hits, so let's just keep things as they are, but we are missing that guy. Not sure where he is. Make sure nobody's in the vehicle wounded or anything like that. I don't see anybody in there. Alright, let's just keep controlling the situation, but we've got to be careful. As you can see, this is a civilian running towards us. And we haven't even stopped that many vehicles. They seem to go by pretty easily. They're not exactly too intimidated by our men. flagging for inspection ahead of time here. And as for this civilian vehicle, wow, they have an IED pressure plate, I believe, guys. We did get the target down, but there could potentially be an IED in this car. Let's see if we can remove that pressure plate, or maybe we actually have to inspect the vehicle first. I hope that's just a game bug. Still an enemy out there, but it looks like he's trying to run away from the battle, or potentially even get in his car, and yep, look at that, drive right away into Ghoul territory, which is this desert area. Let's inspect this car. Looks like he managed to finally halt a car. We'll start moving these guys up as well. I'm just amazed that we have not had any actual combat situations yet. It looks like, I should say, any casualties on our side in combat situations. As far as the civilians, look at that. One of them is hit. It's going to happen occasionally. This is just par for the course in Pakistan. Locals are asking for help. I want to talk to them, but we need to get our interpreter up there. So let's grab our interpreter and ask him to move here. For now, I will try to talk to them. I think they want us to take their friend to a hospital. Alright, it's an interrogation. I'm very frightened. Only the interpreter will actually be able to tell us what they're saying. This poor guy has been just waiting here. Maybe he just exited his vehicle, because it's not allowing us to even inspect his vehicle. I think he just exited after that gunfight and decided he didn't need a vehicle. Alright, he's stopping for inspection. I definitely want to inspect some more cars. Whoa, and look at that, sure enough. Somebody, what the hell just went on there? Those were just civilians. Our men opened fire either way. We have not hostile unless opens fire, so one of them must have opened fire there. But that was pretty insane. Just like a real war, man. It looks like I see what's going on. There's an actual terrorist still out there. But because we opened fire with civilians in the way, we hit a few of them. That can't be good. Get the interpreter up here first of all. I think that terrorist is finally dead, but man, the hearts and minds we must have lost there. We weren't the only one to hit civilians, but our men fired out of instinct, of course, and absolutely caused some casualties there. Let's get up to that Pine Grove and actually make it our new AO. Really just set up a defensive location there. Return fire, etc. Hopefully talk to the locals, get them back on our side. Because right now, there's no way they trust us. In fact, I'll go ahead and get our interpreter in the car. Same with this guy. Wait a minute, maybe they can actually talk to this civilian. Let's get all passengers dismounting. Locals are not getting help. I can tell they're not happy. Some of them are actually running down from the hill, so let's see if we can talk to this guy. Again, we need the interpreter really close if we're going to understand what he's actually saying. Alright, he's... Whoa! Careful with that damn truck. Alright, visibly frightened. He can't explain what he's doing here. Alright, that's okay. Looks alright to me. Poor guy's probably been through a lot. Alright, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and get back in the vehicle. And we are going to move forward even more. So much for traffic control. These guys really have not done their job. But with all the firefights happening in this area, I'm not really that surprised. We are going to start stopping traffic to make the area a little safer. For all we know, this is actually an enemy vehicle right here approaching. And there's our combat controller. So this combat controller can call in warthogs, all sorts of crazy stuff. We're going to let the vehicles go by, and I'm going to advance over here. There's already an enemy vehicle over there, a Pakistani government vehicle. So hopefully there aren't any fighters, but we are going to drive over there and eventually get to this gas station where we can really properly take over here. This is really where we want to go, ultimately. But it's going to take us a little while. As for the cargo truck, I'm pretty much just keeping this around to take back wounded men. But since it's not really doing anything, you know what? We can just return this thing to HQ. Let's inspect that vehicle. Proceed to search the vehicle, and it is a clean vehicle. We'll let him go. This guy also is just kind of driving by. Let's flag him for inspection, and let's inspect the car. He's also pulling over, so far they're cooperating, and I think we want to keep on pushing forward. Let's drive over here. There are a few actual trees here. This is usually a place where the enemy likes to set up an ambush. So hopefully we actually catch an ambush, because then we can take out the targets in that location and sort of, you know, keep it under control. So as you can see here, only one civilian was killed due to our negligence. It happens, but, you know, thankfully we haven't killed as many as we thought. It's really mostly the Pakistani army shooting at the civilians, maybe as, you know, retaliation for even working with us. Going deeper into ghoul territory here, and so far no ambushes, which is a little strange. I would expect an ambush by now. Let's go ahead and get that new transporter. Oh, don't tell me we had more people in that convoy truck. My goodness. Alright, well, 1 minute before we can do anything with them. Let's just drive over here. And there is a wounded enemy, which means we could technically take him back and question him. But I'm not even going to worry about that. In fact, I'm going to take this civilian vehicle. Go ahead and... Oh, wait a minute. Is he still in there? Troops in contact. Never mind. Gotta be careful. The first thing we want to do is take over this gas station. I see them. I see them. I see them. They're approaching. A lot of terrorists over there. Want to get that combat controller out as well. Come on. All passengers dismount. Alright, guys. Let's do it, guys. Fire support. We're going to do an A-10 gun run right there. It's probably not even necessary, and the enemy is actually pulling back. But we're calling it in either way. Give it time. I think we called in the gun run, didn't we? Yes, we did. There we go. Actually did not succeed in taking out the enemy. But what we're going to do is move up and engage the enemy right there. There we go. We're going to have to get back and move the rest of our vehicles up. And pretty much call in an airstrike on them. Knock them out for good, hopefully. We can inspect this poor guy. This guy's just gonna have to run to the battlefield or just stay there. I think we'll just keep him there for now. Keep these guys forward. And it looks like the terrorist is trying to retreat. Not sure why I'm calling him a terrorist, because as far as I know, these are just Pakistani government men. Let's go ahead and talk to the owners here of the gas station and see if we can't get them on our side. Don't forget, we've got that awesome interpreter. Nobody's there. Okay. And what I really want to do is get our combat controller over here, guys, and call in an airstrike on top of the enemy. So that's what I want to try to do. But it would be nice if we also had support from this vehicle. So I'm going to let the two guys actually deal with that on their own and have the vehicle defend the combat controller here while we call in that airstrike. Just hoping they can take this damn guy out. Move up, interpreter. Alright, guys, calling in the fire support, and I think I'm going to call in the bunker buster bomb on top of them. I'm also going to go ahead and call in an artillery barrage, so hopefully this entire area is going to be lit up and these terrorists won't know what hit them. For the United States, let's do it, boys. There we go! Amazing splash damage there. Unfortunately, that vehicle is still alive. An enemy vehicle with a machine gun on it. We've got to try and engage it and destroy it quickly. We're going to try and call in a drone hell rocket, but I don't think we can. What I am going to do is enter the car with my combat controller, make sure he doesn't get hurt. My goodness, we've absolutely wiped the area out, but unfortunately, they did wound one of our men. It's the first wounded man we've got here. Let's just hope that we wipe out the guys in this vehicle. Looks like the driver was hit. So we've killed the driver, but have we killed the rest of them? I'm not sure, guys. Alright, let's search the house for contraband. The gas station is officially under our control, and I think we can probably also dispatch some units to the AO. We'll also bring another interpreter. Alright, boys. Sal Kumia. The house seems to be completely cleared. There might be some contraband in terms of drugs or weapons, but we're not seeing it right now. And what we're going to do now is just try to help the locals here, work on the social project, and really get the locals on our side. The interpreter should really be able to help with that as well. Although right now, I guess all he can do is actually talk to the owners and get some intel. But the important thing is, the driver was hit, everybody in that vehicle is dead, and we have destroyed that enemy position. So that's definitely helpful. We also got fire warning shots, just in case the enemy is getting too close, or a vehicle is getting too close. So I really like that. Anyway, guys, this is going to be just stage 1 of our invasion. I hope you guys enjoyed another look here at this awesome, awesome game. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I hope you guys are too. So if you are, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.